Hey guys, we're in math, page 281 and 282. Go ahead and circle these problems so that you know which ones you need to do. Number 1, circle number 1 on page 281, and number 2, A, B, C, and D, all of it. And then on page 282, number 6, all of it. Number 7, just letter A. And number 8, all of it. And that's all we're going to be doing on these 2 pages. So let's go ahead and take a look at number 1 on page 281. Let's take a look at number 1 on page 281. Number 1 says, read the graph and complete the table for how many hours Jake spent using Grandpa's telescope. So if you remember from yesterday's story problem that we were using the clocks for, Jake and Grandpa were looking through the telescope at the sky. And we know what days they were looking through the telescope. And these numbers right here, 1, 2, 3, and 4, tell me how many hours they spent each night looking at the looking through the telescope. So right here, next to that graph in number 1, we have the date, May 1st, May 8th, May 15th, May 22nd, and then over here it says hours. So they want you to fill in on May 1st how many hours was spent. Well, if we have this dot right here, I can go back and say that's 2. So on May 1st, go ahead and put 2 hours right there. May 8th, right there in the book, May 8th, again, looking at that dot, go across, and there's 2. So in May 8th, write 2 hours. Make sure you don't just put 2, put 2 hours, or you could put HR period. That's an abbreviation for hours. Don't just put 2 hours for both May 1st and 8th. May 15th, right in the book, we go up to that dot. If we follow this line across, there's 3. So they spent 3 hours. So where it says May 15th, go ahead and put 3 hours. And then May 22nd, looking at this graph and looking at the one in the book too, it's the same thing. How many hours did they spend on May 22nd looking through that telescope? Right, you have the dot up here, follow it all the way across, and we can see they spent 4 hours looking through that telescope. Must have been a pretty interesting night. I'm gonna have to edit this part out anyway, so what's up?
Just like one of those, showing you a kid's heart covered up in ink just 'cause, but I about cried reading that. I told them to write letters to somebody because we're learning about writing letters.
For being Is your dad dead? Is your dad dead?
No. Mother, in other words, they're divorced. Mom and dad are divorced.
That's really sweet.
Right? And heartbreak.
See you later.
Yep.
For number 2, I'm not going to do number 2 on the board, but again, we have, for example, if you have one, like you do for that first one, you go across 1 and up 1. If it was 7, 1, you would be going across 7 lines, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you'd go up 1 line. Just follow that formula, follow that procedure, and go ahead and also connect those dots and see what happens there. on page 282, number 6 is just multiplying, and those are multiplication tables that really we already should know, so I'm not going to use time in the video to do that on the board. Number 7, letter A, you're just rounding to the nearest dollar. I know it's been a little bit of time since we've been doing this, and a lot of you indicated that you already knew how to do this, but I just wanted us to keep in practice to do that. And number 8 is just filling in like how many feet are in a yard, how many cups are in a pint, how many months are in a year, things like that. A lot of those things we should already know. If you don't know it, of course, you can look back in your book or in that back cover of your book if you still have it, and it has that information right there. I want you to challenge yourself. See how many you can do without looking. And then when you're finished filling as many out as you can, go through and look, of course, back in your book or back at that back cover and try to fill in as many as you can and go ahead and finish that up. This day should be a lighter day in math. We're going to be, the next few days in math I think is going to be a little bit heavier because we're going to be adding some new concepts and stuff, and the last couple of days have just really been a lot of review stuff. So make sure we're doing our work and doing an excellent job at it.